Yo, hello guys, CRB has shared some information about a new Scarlet and Violet version 1.2 patch that will be due later this month. And they gave us a little bit of like some kind of patch details here. First of all, there's going to be some feature adjustments, including some like basic UI adjustments. Because if you don't know, adjusting like moves in the box, for example, and adjusting like how some like the held items are, is kind of a bit scuffed. And there's also some adjustments for like terror raid battles, you know, the HP bug where if you click like play rough or do some like belly drum move, all of a sudden, oh look, the HP bar, this doesn't work right. It seems they're trying to fix that as well too. And there's a bunch of other mini things as well involving terror raid battles. Which really, these are a lot of good fixes. And some important ones with battles, for example, as well, is mainly the most notable one here is this: the stats of a DONDOZO with a TATSUGIRI in its mouth will increase when DONDOZO uses order up, even when the move should have been negated. This is a bug and will be fixed. Which the key thing here is this is a very prevalent thing for Dozo, as if you're running order up, having the ability to order up and to protect and guarantee a boost, or even like order up your own Tatsu if you're against like an Annihilate or something, being able to do stuff like that adds such a layer of like this being so much harder to counter. And hearing that this is just a bug is something that's going to really impact DONDOZO and TATSUGIRI teams at like this very high substantial level. And that's really the biggest update from a VGC standpoint here. But other than that, we have like a bug around Zoroark getting fixed, where if it terras, you can check target and you will figure out it's Zoroark. Which, honestly, if you play open team sheet, this doesn't really matter because Zoroark will identify as itself essentially anyways, but it's nice to see that gets fixed. And also they're fixing a bug where banned Pokemon like still appear on like the name next to him in double battles, which is pretty cool as well. Which I think if you've ever played double battles or just watched doubles be played, you'll notice that bug happens because it happens a lot. Basically, that's like you in like a when you're down to the final Pokemon and there's another Pokemon next to it that was next to it before. All of a sudden, you'll see two text bars, even though the HP bar of the other text would be empty because the Pokemon's already fainted. But yeah, this is a good visualization fix as well. And also one around Destiny Bond, that Destiny Bond no longer fails to activate after a Pokemon terrestrializes. That's a pretty good change. And some other changes that they're addressing is this, some like game crashes, some bugs around ranked battles. Overall, we're getting a decent amount of changes here that should prove to be pretty valuable. Overall, it should be pretty valuable overall. I do want to just like stress here first that we might as well talk about like the impact on Dozo and TATSUGIRI, which it is certainly a nerf to the strategy, but I'll say like losing the flexibility of how order up plays isn't necessarily the worst thing for it, as there's a lot of Dozo Tatsu strats that don't really even need to be running order up in the first place, or they get enough value from the boost without having this whole I get boosted if I click into your protect. Though it will be notably impactful for Dozo sets that rely on getting a order up boost in order to be effective. So like if you need your Dozo to get a speed boost, right, and then they just protect on you, as you're not going to get like hard punished for this protecting in front of Dozo anymore, or at least not in the same way as like a Dozo player could still punch you if they have like substitute or they quick rest on your protect, for example, but they're not going to be punishing you as like severely with like order up and then getting a boost, and then which that's always a very punishing play, because order up kind of like the whole boost part of it and boosting the protect kind of limited a bit of counterplay, because theoretically on moves like order up and attacks, you want to quick protect on certain scenarios. But those scenarios became impossible because, like, for example, stretchy Tatsu, where you could order up to get a speed boost and you could become faster than stuff like Bundle or like Flutter or Meowscarlet, all those like very fast Pokemon. And having the ability to do that and to protect forces the opposing player to play like so much more aggressively in order to counter it, as protecting this would punish them more. And having that changed is of course like very substantial, right? Like ultimately DONDOZO TATSUGIRI, I can't stress enough, will be a very viable Pokemon regardless of this bug fix. But in general, I think it's something that will have a very substantial impact in how you're actually able to play against Dozo and Tatsugiri, and how you're supposed to be playing it, as its move is way less unpunishable, really. Is way less unpunishable. So yeah, overall, like, pretty good changes. Just looking through this again, like, some things around ribbons, we got a lot of good Terror Raid bug fixes, just visualization, some more like bugs happen where you join a Terror Raid, which I'll talk about the search screen thing. That was really annoying because I was using the search screen like day one all the time, and it just became like impossible to join these. So I'm glad they're fixing that a little bit too. So that's a pretty cool one. And yeah, there's bugs around the Pokedex. Objects of the Pokeballs may be displayed in certain locations of the field unintentionally. Interesting. But yeah, overall, this good changes. That's all for this video, though. Well, let me know what you think about the Dozo Tatsugiri changes. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments and all that. But yeah, for now, later. Good night, because this is really late.